Hi, everybody, and welcome back to McNulty's Book Corral. I'm really pleased today to make a recommendation to you, a book by Brent Towns, a writer based in Australia, called The Wolf's Treasure. And this is the first volume. I'll have a scan of this pop up magically here in a moment. This is published by Rough Edges Press, which was created, I think, by James Reasoner, the great James Reasoner, and now is part of Wolfpack. So Brent, I've never met Brent. I've had some email communications from him. I think he's a wonderful man, a wonderful writer. Brent and I go back to the recent era that recently ended just a few years ago of the Black Horse Westerns, and he published quite a few books with them. And I published 6 with them, and looking back on it, I think that that was the most fun I had as a writer, was publishing 6 westerns with the Black Horse group. I contacted them recently to see how they were doing in the wake of COVID over there in England, and they're healthy, and the business is operating, but they're no longer doing the westerns, and they don't have any plans to revive the Black Horse brand right now. It simply wasn't profitable for them, which is really heartbreaking for me. I had more fun doing that than anything I've done as a writer. And now getting a publisher to even read a manuscript in here in the United States is fraught with peril. But anyways, Brent Towns wrote many westerns, and I have some of those on Kindle as well. He's a great writer. I really like him. I also have some Commando comics that he did when I used to subscribe to Commando comics over there. He did a couple of those. I think he's still doing them as well. What a wonderful writer. So anyways, The Wolf's Treasure just came out. By the time I'm going to schedule this in advance because I'm going to be traveling. So by the time this airs, I'm already on the road. So I'm filming this in April. So this will probably appear in June or July on the video channel. But that's just the way I have to do things because I'm on the road. But I want to recommend this. So you really need to check this out. Brooke Reynolds and Mark Butler together. Now, on the cover, it says Treasure 1, so I'm assuming this will be a series from Brent. It's great. And look at this. It's not one of those overlong, ponderous 90,000-word books. Too many books these days are overwritten. They're overlong because the publishers want you to do 80 to 90,000, 100,000 words for adventure novels. You don't need that. So he wrote a really tight, fun book. Contemporary. Great cover, by the way. Even though it is a photoshopped cover, I think that Wolfpack did a really good job with this. My only complaint is that you can't see her face completely. Come on, guys. You have a beautiful woman holding a gun and you can't show me the rest of her face. Other than that, it's a great cover, okay? But Brent is a really excellent writer, and so I'm in for this. I want to read more of these. And because of this, I'll probably go back and get some of his other adventure novels that Wolfpack has put out. He's written quite a lot of these. I think he cranks them out. He's prolific. I'm not. But good for him for doing this. So the research in here, it's contemporary, but it has a connection to World War II. So Brent Towns is the type of man that obviously does his research. He seems to enjoy it. He understands firearms, by the way. I don't know, you can see right behind me back here, one of my gun cabinets, which is my armory. I can always tell when a writer doesn't know guns. I don't know Brent Towns' experience with firearms at all, or what the laws are in Australia, or any of that, but he seems to understand how they work. Right away, you get into a Glock 19 here. So, really good research on his part, really believable, good dialogue, good interplay between Brooke Reynolds and Mark Butler. Great suspenseful story. He gets right to the action early on, and it just kind of snowballs into a really tight little book. This is what I call a keeper. It's a keeper. So when you have fun with books like this, you add that to your shelf. I wouldn't, if somebody came to visit and they say they're looking for something, I might say, here, try Brent Towns, and then go order some on Amazon when you're done reading my copy, and then give me my copy back. Don't forget, I'm a collector. So, anyways, The Wolf's Treasure by Brent Towns. Excellent, excellent contemporary thriller. A really good, tight little book. Congratulations to Brent. And going forward, when I get more of these, I'm going to let you know here on the channel. If I continue the channel after this year. I haven't decided if I'm going to continue it after December of 2022. That's up in the air. But if I do, I'll let you know when I'm reading Brent's books. So, a tip of the hat, a fellow writer of Westerns, Brent Towns, who is now really taking the contemporary thriller by the reins and just running with it. Really one of the most enjoyable books that I've read this year. And until next time, you stay well, folks, and I will see you along the dusty trail.